Hello, English learners. I am Emma, your host for today. If you are new here, I would like to tell you that we upload a new English learning video every single day on this channel to help you improve your English faster, step by step, in a simple and natural way. In today's episode, you are going to work on one of the most powerful skills for real fluency, something that can completely change the way you speak English. Today, we are going to learn how to stop translating in your mind and start thinking directly in English. And not only that, you will also practice real daily life conversations with me, so you can speak more naturally, more confidently, and more like a native speaker. Many English learners understand English, but when they try to speak, they feel slow, they feel stuck. Because while they are translating every sentence from their native language into English, this habit makes speaking difficult, and it breaks your natural flow. But don't worry. In this lesson, I will guide you, step by step, to train your brain, to think in English, easily and naturally. We will go through real-life situations, daily conversations, and simple practice exercises that will help you respond faster, build sentences naturally, and express your thoughts without hesitation. You will learn how to form ideas directly in English, how to react in conversations, and how to develop a natural speaking rhythm. By the end of this video, you will feel more confident when speaking. You will understand how to stop translating, and most importantly, you will start thinking in English without even realizing it. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe, say to the channel, and press the bell icon if you want to keep improving your English every day with simple, practical lessons like this. So, take a deep breath, relax your mind, and get ready to train your brain in a new way. Let's begin. Let's start with something very simple and very important right now. As you are listening to me, I want you to notice something about your thinking. When you hear English, do you understand it directly, or do you quietly translate it into your native language first, and then understand it? Take a moment and be honest with yourself, because this is the key point that decides your fluency. Most learners translate, and it feels natural at first because your brain is used to your first language. So when you hear a sentence like, "I am going to the market," your brain quickly changes it into your own key language, and then you understand it. But here is the problem. When you want to speak, your brain does the opposite. You first create the sentence in your native language, then translate it into English, and only then you speak. This process takes time, and that is why you feel slow, unsure, and sometimes even nervous. Now, imagine something different. Imagine you hear, "I am hungry," and you don't translate it. You just feel it. You understand it instantly, like a reaction. And when you want to speak, you don't think in another language. You simply say, "I am hungry." This is what thinking in English feels like: fast, natural, and effortless. So today, we will train your brain, step by step, to move away from translation and move toward direct thinking. But don't worry. We will not rush. We will do it slowly, with simple ideas and real-life situations, so your brain can adapt comfortably. Let's begin with a small exercise. I want you to look around you. Maybe you are sitting in your room. Maybe you are holding your phone. Maybe you are lying on your bed. Now, don't name these things in your native language. Try to say them in English, quietly in your mind, phone, chair, room, wall. Very simple words, but very powerful because now you are connecting directly with English, without translation. Now, let's go one step further. Try to make small sentences in your mind. I am sitting. I am listening. I am learning English. Keep it slow. Don't worry about perfect grammar. The goal here is not perfection. The goal is connection, connection between your thoughts and the English language. You might feel a little uncomfortable. Maybe your brain wants to go back to translation. That's okay. This is completely normal because you are training your brain in a new way, and every new skill feels strange at the beginning. But if you continue, slowly, gently, your brain will start accepting this new habit. Now, let's practice with a real-life situation. Imagine it is morning. You just woke up. Instead of thinking in your native language, try to think in English. I woke up. I feel sleepy. I need water. I should get out of bed. Say these sentences slowly, in your mind, and feel them. Don't translate them. Let's do it together. I will say a sentence, and you repeat it, in your mind, and also try to imagine the situation. I just woke up. I feel a little tired. I want to drink water. I need to start my day. Good. Keep going. Now, we add a little more detail. I woke up late today. I need to hurry. I will take a quick shower. I will eat breakfast. As you repeat these sentences, try to see the actions in your mind, like a movie. This is very important because thinking in English is not only about words, it is about images, feelings, and situations. The more you connect English with real images and real feelings, the less you will need translation, and the faster you will understand and speak. Now, let's move into a short conversation. Imagine you meet a friend in the morning. I will guide you, and you respond in your mind, in English. Don't translate, just react. Your friend says, "Good morning. How are you?" You answer, "I'm good, just a little sleepy." Good. Now your friend says, "Did you sleep well?" You answer, "Not really. I slept late." Nice. Keep going. Your friend says, "What are you doing today?" You answer, "I have some work, and I will study English." As you do this, notice something. You are not translating every word. You are understanding the situation and responding naturally. This is exactly how native speakers think. They don't translate. They respond. Now, let's slow down and reflect for a moment. Thinking in English does not mean using difficult words or speaking fast. It simply means using simple English directly, without going through another language. Even basic sentences can make you fluent if you use them naturally. Let's practice another situation. Imagine you are at home. In the afternoon, you feel a little hungry. Start thinking, I am hungry. I should eat something. Maybe I will make tea. I want something light. Keep it simple, but keep it in English. Now. So let's turn this into a conversation. Imagine someone asks you, "What are you doing?" You answer, "I'm making tea." They ask, "Are you hungry?" You answer, "Yes, a little." They say, "What will you eat?" You answer, "Maybe a sandwich." Very simple, but very powerful because you are training your brain to respond instantly, without stopping, without translating. Now, I want you to do something important. Don't try to be perfect. Many learners stop speaking because they are afraid of mistakes, but mistakes are part of learning. If you wait for perfect grammar, you will never speak freely. So instead, focus on flow, focus on expression, focus on communication. Let's do a quick thinking exercise. I will give you a situation, and you create sentences in your mind. Situation: you are going outside, maybe to the market. Start thinking. I am going outside. I need to buy some things. I will take my phone. I should take money. It looks hot today. Keep going. Don't stop. Let your thoughts flow. In English, even if the sentences are simple, that's perfect. Now, imagine you meet someone outside. They say, "Where are you going?" You answer, "I'm going to the market." They say, "What do you need?" You answer, "I need some food." They say, "Okay, see you later." You answer, "See you." This is real communication. Simple, natural, and fast. Now, take a deep breath and notice how you feel. Maybe a little more comfortable, maybe a little more confident. This is the beginning of thinking in English, and with practice, it will become easier and faster. From now on, try to use English in small moments of your day. When you wake up, when you eat, when you walk, when you think. Don't wait for a perfect time. Create small English thoughts, again and again. Because fluency is not built in one day. It is built in small moments, repeated every day. And right now, you are already taking that step. Now, let's continue and take your thinking ability one step deeper. Because now that you have started forming simple thoughts in English, the next step is to make those thoughts more natural, more connected, and more expressive, without going back to translation. Right now, many learners can say basic sentences like, "I am eating," or "I am going outside." But when they want to say something longer, they get stuck because their brain starts searching for grammar rules or translating from their native language. Now, we will train your brain to connect ideas smoothly, just like a native speaker. Let's begin with a simple idea. Instead of thinking in single sentences, start thinking in short chains, small connected thoughts. For example, instead of saying only, "I am drinking tea," you can expand it. "I am drinking tea because I feel tired." Or, "I am drinking tea and I want to relax." Now, let's practice together. I will give you a base sentence, and we will slowly build on it. Stay relaxed and repeat in your mind. I'm at home. Now, add something. I'm at home and I am feeling bored. Good. Now, expand. I am at home and I am feeling bored, so I want to do something. Very nice. This is how real thinking works. It grows step by step. Let's try another one. I am using my phone. Expand it. I am using my phone because I have some free time. Now, go further. I am using my phone because I have some free time and I want to watch something interesting. Do you see what is happening? You are not translating. You are building thoughts naturally. This is exactly how fluency develops. Now, let's move into a real-life situation. Imagine you are sitting in your room in the evening, maybe after a long day. Start thinking in English. Slowly. I feel tired today. I had a busy day. I want to rest. Maybe I will watch something. Or maybe I will talk to a friend. Now, let's turn this into a conversation. I will guide you again, and you respond naturally in your mind. Someone asks you, "How was your day?" You answer, "It was busy. I had a lot of work." They ask, "Are you tired?" You answer, "Yes, I feel very tired." They say, "What will you do now?" You answer, "I think I will rest and maybe watch something." Very good. Keep following this flow. Don't stop. Don't translate. Just stay inside the situation. Now, let's add emotions. Because real communication is not only about actions, it is also about feelings. When you think in English, try to include how you feel. For example, instead of saying, "I am at home," you can say, "I am at home and I feel relaxed." Or, "I am at home, but I feel bored." Let's practice this together. I will give you situations, and you create emotional sentences in your mind. You are eating your favorite food. Think, "I love this food. It tastes really good. I feel happy when I eat this." Now, you are waiting for something. Maybe a message. Think, "I am waiting. I feel a little nervous. I hope everything is okay." Now, you are learning English. Right now. Think, "I am learning English. I want to improve. I feel motivated." This is powerful because now you are not just using English, you are living in English. Now, let's move into a slightly longer conversation, something closer to real life. Imagine you meet a friend after a few days. Your friend says, "Hey, long time no see. Where have you been?" You answer, "I was busy with work. I didn't have much time." Your friend says, "Oh, are you free now?" You answer, "Yes, a little. I just wanted to relax." Your friend says, "Let's go somewhere." You answer, "That sounds good. I also need a break." Keep going. Stay in the flow. Don't translate. Just respond. Now, let's do something very important. We will slow down your thinking to make it clearer, because sometimes learners try to think too fast, and then they panic. So instead, think slowly, but directly in English. For example, say in your mind, "I am sitting," pause. "I am listening," pause. "I am learning." This slow thinking trains your brain to stay in English without pressure, and with time, your speed will increase naturally. Now, let's do a guided thinking exercise. I want you to imagine your evening routine, from start to end, and describe it in English in your mind. Start now. I finish my work. I go home. I feel tired. I sit down. I check my phone. I talk to my family. I eat dinner. I relax. I go to sleep. Very simple, but very effective, because now. So you are thinking in a sequence, like a story. Now, let's turn this into a conversation. Imagine someone asks you, "What do you do in the evening?" You answer, "I usually go home, then I eat dinner, and I relax." They ask, "Do you watch TV?" You answer, "Sometimes, but not always." They ask, "Do you study English?" You answer, "Yes, I try to practice every day." Excellent. This is real communication. and you're doing it step by step. Now, I want to remind you of something very important. Thinking in English is not about knowing thousands of words. It is about using the words you already know in a natural way. Many learners already know enough vocabulary, but they don't use it because they are stuck in translation. So from today, focus on using simple English again and again in different situations. Let's practice one more situation. Imagine you are planning something for tomorrow. Start thinking. Tomorrow, I will wake up early. I have some work. I need to be ready. I will try to be on time. I also want to study English. Now, Ski turned it into a conversation. Someone asks, "What are your plans for tomorrow?" You answer, "I will wake up early, and I have some work to do." They ask, "Will you be busy?" You answer, "Yes, but I will try to find some free time." They say, "That's good." You answer, "Yes, I want to stay productive." Very nice. Keep feeling this flow. This is how your brain learns. And now, take a moment and notice something. You are already thinking more in English than before. Maybe not perfectly, but more naturally. And that is progress. Keep going. Keep practicing. Because every small thought, every small sentence is building your fluency. Now, so let's move forward and train your brain to react faster in English, because one of the biggest problems learners face is not understanding, but responding quickly. You may understand everything, but when it's your turn to speak, there is a pause. Your mind becomes blank, and you start translating again. Now, we will build your instant responsibility, step by step. First, understand this clearly. Native speakers do not think about grammar when they speak. They react. They hear something, and they respond immediately. This is what we will practice now, reacting in English, without stopping. Let's begin with very simple responses. I will say a sentence, and you respond in your mind instantly. Don't wait. Don't translate. Just react. Someone says, "Are you busy?" You answer, "A little, but I can talk." Good. Now, do you like coffee? Not you answer, "Yes, I like it." Nice. Where are you going? You answer, "I'm going outside." Perfect. Now, let's make it slightly more natural. Add a little detail. Are you busy? You answer, "A little. I have some work." Do you like coffee? You answer, "Yes, I drink it every day." Where are you going? You answer, "I'm going to the market." Do you see the difference? You are not just answering, you are expressing more and still staying simple. Now, so let's practice reactions with emotions, because real conversations always include feelings. I will give you situations, and you respond naturally. Someone says, "I got a new job." You answer, "That's great. I'm happy for you." Someone says, "I feel tired today." You answer, "Yeah, I feel tired too." Someone says, "This food is really good." You answer, "Yes, it tastes amazing." Very good. Keep going. Now, let's do a short, fast conversation. Try to stay relaxed and respond without translating. "Hey, what are you doing?" You answer, "I'm just relaxing." Are you free now? You answer, "Yes, a little." Do you want to go out? You answer, "Maybe." Where do you want to go? Let's go for a walk. You answer, "Okay, That sounds nice. Excellent. This is real communication. Short, natural, and smooth. Now, while we will train something even more important, thinking in English when you don't know the exact word. Because many learners stop speaking when they forget a word, and then they switch back to their native language. But fluent speakers don't stop. They explain. For example, if you don't know the word thermometer, you can say, the thing that checks temperature. If you don't know the word headphones, you can say, something you wear to listen to music. This is called thinking around the word, and it is a very powerful skill. Let's practice this. I will give you ideas, and you explain them in simple English. Think about refrigerator. Say in your mind, it's a place where we keep food to keep it cold. Good. Now, think about umbrella. Say, it is something we use when it rains. Nice. Now, think about alarm clock. Say, it wakes me up in the morning. Very good. Now, you are not stuck anymore. You can always express your idea. Now, let's move into a real-life situation. Imagine you are at a shop and you want to buy something. Start thinking in English. I need something. I will ask the shopkeeper. I am looking for this item. Now, let's turn it into a conversation. You say, excuse me, do you have this? The shopkeeper says, yes. What do you need? You answer, I need something to drink. The shopkeeper says, we have water and juice. You answer, I will take juice. Very simple, but very natural. Now, let's make it a little more detailed. The shopkeeper asks, which one do you want? You answer, I want the cold one. They say, anything else? You answer, no, that's all. Perfect. Keep feeling the flow. Now, let's practice thinking in English during small daily actions, because this is where real fluency grows, not in long speeches, but in small moments. Imagine you are walking. Think, I am walking. The weather is nice. I feel relaxed. I see people around me. Imagine you are eating. Think, I am eating. This food is good. I like the taste. Imagine you're using your phone. Think, I am checking my phone. I am reading messages. I will reply later. These small thoughts may look simple, but they are building your habit, and habits create fluency. Now, let's practice a longer conversation. Stay calm and respond naturally. Someone says, what did you do today? You answer, I had a normal day. I worked and then I rested. They ask, was it a busy day? You answer, yes, a little, but not too much. They ask, what will you do now? You answer, I think I will relax and maybe watch something. Very nice. Keep going. Now, I want you to focus on one important habit. Stop trying to translate full sentences. Instead, think in small chunks, small pieces of English. For example, instead of thinking a long sentence in your native language and translating it, just think, I feel tired. I want rest. I will sleep. Short, clear, and direct. Let's practice this chunk method. Think, I am hungry. I need food. I will eat now. Think, I am busy. I have work. I will do it later. Think, I feel happy. I like this. This is good. Very good. This is how your brain becomes faster. Now, take a moment and notice your thinking again. You are not translating as much as before. You are reacting. You are forming ideas directly. And this is the real progress. Keep reminding yourself, simple English is powerful, fast thinking is powerful, and daily practice is the key. And you are doing exactly that, step by step. Now, let's go even deeper and start building your ability to think in English for longer situations. Because real fluency is not just about short answers. It is about staying in English for a longer time without switching back to your native language. Right now, many learners can say small sentences, but after 2 or 3 lines, their mind goes blank, or they start translating again. Now, we will train your brain to stay in English continuously, like a natural flow. Let's begin with a simple storytelling exercise. Don't worry, it will be easy and very effective. I want you to imagine your day from morning to now and describe it slowly in your mind, in English. Start like this. Today, I woke up. I felt a little tired. I got out of bed. I started my day. Keep going. I did my work. I used my phone. I ate something. I took some rest. Now, try to connect your ideas. Today I woke up, and I felt a little tired. But I still started my day. I did some work, and then I took a short break. After that, I used my phone and relaxed. Very good. This is how you build a natural flow. Now, let's improve it by adding feelings and reasons. I woke up late because I slept late. I felt tired, so I wanted to rest. I worked a lot, so I needed a break. Do you notice the difference? Now, your thoughts are becoming more natural, more human, and more fluent. Now, let's turn this into a conversation. Imagine someone asks you, "How was your day?" Now, instead of giving a short answer, try to speak a little longer in your mind. You answer, "My day was okay. I woke up a bit late, and I felt tired, but I still did my work. After that, I took some rest and used my phone." Very nice. You are now speaking in a flow, not just in single sentences. Let's practice another situation. Imagine you are talking about your plans. Start thinking. Tomorrow, I will wake up early. I have some things to do. I want to finish my work. I also want to practice English. Now, connect your thoughts. Tomorrow, I will wake up early because I have some work. I want to finish everything on time, and I also want to practice English. Now, turn it into a conversation. Someone asks, "What are your plans for tomorrow?" You answer, "I will wake up early because I have some work to do. I want to finish everything, and then I will practice English." Excellent. This is how fluent speaking works: connected, smooth, and clear. Now, let's train your brain to describe things, because description is a very important part of thinking in English. Look around you again. Choose something near you, maybe your phone or your room. Now, describe it in English in your mind. For example, this is my phone. It is in my hand. I use it every day. It helps me learn English. Now, expand it. This is my phone. I use it every day. It helps me learn English, and I spend a lot of time on it. Very good. Now, try with another thing. Maybe your room. Think. This is my room. It is quiet. I feel comfortable here. I like to sit here. Now, connect it. This is my room. It is quiet and comfortable. I like to sit here and relax. Excellent. You are building real thinking skills. Now, let's move into a more natural conversation, something that happens often in daily life. Imagine someone asks, "Where are you right now?" You answer, "I am at home. I am sitting in my room." They ask, "What are you doing?" You answer, "I am learning English, and I am practicing speaking." They say, "That's good." You answer, "Yes, I want to improve." Very nice. Keep feeling the flow. Now, now let's add one more important skill, giving opinions, because fluent speakers don't just describe, they also share what they think. For example, instead of saying, "This food is good," you can say, "I think this food is really good," or "I like this food because it tastes nice." Let's practice this. Think. I like learning English. Now, expand. I like learning English because it helps me communicate. Good. Think. I enjoy watching videos. Now, expand. I enjoy watching videos because they are interesting. Now, use it in conversation. Someone asks, "Do you like learning English?" You answer, "Yes, I like it, because it helps me speak with people." Perfect. This is natural communication. Now, let's do a longer guided conversation. Stay relaxed and respond naturally. Someone says, "What do you usually do in your free time?" You answer, "In my free time, I like to relax. Sometimes I use my phone, and sometimes I watch videos." They ask, "Do you study English every day?" You answer, "Yes, I try to practice every day, even if it is for a short time." They say, "Why do you practice every day?" You answer, "Because I want to improve, and I want to speak fluently." Very good. Now, you are expressing ideas, reasons, and feelings. Now, take a moment and think about your progress. At the beginning, you were thinking in single words, then small sentences. Now, so you are thinking in connected ideas and even small conversations. This is a big step. And remember, fluency is not about being perfect. It is about being comfortable. Comfortable with simple English. Comfortable with expressing your thoughts. So keep practicing like this. Small situations, small conversations, every day. Because the more you stay in English, the more natural it becomes. And slowly, without even noticing, you will stop translating. And you will start thinking in English. Now, let's take another important step and train your brain to think in English, even when situations become a little unexpected. Because in real life, conversations are not always simple. Sometimes people ask something different. Sometimes you need to respond quickly. And sometimes you don't have time to think slowly. Now, we will practice staying in English, even when things are not planned. First, understand this clearly. You don't need perfect sentences to communicate. You just need clear ideas. Many learners freeze because they try to create perfect grammar in their mind. But fluent speakers focus on meaning, not perfection. So from now on, focus on expressing your idea, even if the sentence is simple. Let's begin with quick reaction situations. I will give you small, unexpected questions, and you answer immediately in your mind, without. Translating. Someone asks, "Why are you late?" You answer, "I was busy. I had some work." Good. Now, what happened? You answer, "Nothing serious. I was just tired." Nice. "Can you help me?" You answer, "Yes, I will try." Very good. Keep your answers simple and direct. Now, let's make it slightly more natural. Add a little explanation. "Why are you late?" You answer, "I was busy. I had some work to finish." "What happened?" You answer, "Nothing serious. I just felt tired today." "Can you help me?" You answer, "Yes, I will try to help you." Excellent. This is how you stay in control of your thoughts. Now, let's practice a real-life situation. Imagine you receive a phone call. You don't have time to prepare. You must respond immediately. The other person says, "Hey, where are you?" You answer, "I am at home." They ask, "What are you doing?" You answer, "I am just relaxing." They say, "Can you come outside?" You answer, "Maybe. Give me some time." Very good. Keep going. Stay calm. Stay in English. Now, let's make it a little more detailed. The person says, "Can you come?" Now, you answer, "I need a few minutes. I'm finishing something." They say, "Okay, I will wait." You answer, "All right, I will come soon." Perfect. You are reacting naturally. Now, see, let's train your brain to handle confusion, because sometimes you don't understand everything, and that's okay. Fluent speakers ask for clarification. For example, if you don't understand something, you can say, "Can you repeat that?" Or, "I didn't understand." Or, "Can you say it again?" Let's practice this. Someone says something fast. You don't understand. You respond, "Sorry, can you repeat that?" Good. They say it again. Now, you answer, "Okay. Now, I understand." This is very important because now you are staying in English even when you don't understand. Now, let's move into a daily life situation. Imagine you are talking to someone about your routine. They ask, "What do you usually do in the morning?" You answer, "In the morning, I wake up and I start my day." They ask, "Do you feel tired in the morning?" You answer, "Sometimes I feel a little tired." They ask, "What do you do after that?" You answer, "I get ready and I begin my work." Very nice. Keep your answers flowing. Now, let's make it more natural. Add small details and feelings. In the morning, I wake up. Sometimes I feel tired, but I still start my day. After that, I get ready and I try to stay active. Excellent. You are building natural speech patterns. Now, so let's practice something very powerful. Thinking in English when you're alone, because this is the best time to train your brain. Imagine you are sitting quietly, and you start talking to yourself in English. Not out loud, but in your mind. I am sitting here. I feel calm. I am thinking about my day. I want to improve my English. Now, expand it. I am sitting here, and I feel calm. I am thinking about my day, and I want to improve my English. This is internal conversation, and it is one of the strongest ways to build fluency. Now, let's turn this into a situation. Imagine you are planning your evening. Think, "I will finish my work. Then I will relax. Maybe I will watch something. I also want to practice English." Now, unconnect it. I will finish my work. Then I will relax. Maybe I will watch something. And I also want to practice English. Very good. Keep going. Now, Let's move into a longer conversation. Stay relaxed and respond naturally. Someone says, "Do you like your daily routine?" You answer, "Yes, it is simple, but it works for me." They ask, "Do you want to change anything?" You answer, "Maybe. I want to manage my time better." They say, "That's a good idea." You answer, "Yes, I want to improve step by step." Excellent. Now, you are expressing thoughts, not just sentences. Now, or let's train one more important skill. Staying in English even when you feel pressure, because sometimes you feel nervous, maybe when speaking to someone new, or in a new situation. But instead of switching languages, stay with simple English. For example, if you feel nervous, think, "I feel nervous. But it's okay. I will try." Let's practice this. Imagine you are talking to someone new. You feel a little nervous. Think, "I feel nervous, but I will try to speak. I will keep it simple. I will not worry about mistakes." This is how you control your mind. Now, take a moment and notice something. You are now able to handle different situations, simple, unexpected, emotional, and even difficult ones, all in English. And this is the real transformation, because now, English is not just something you study, it is something you use, something you think in, something you live in. Keep practicing like this, every day, in small moments, in real situations, in your own thoughts. Because the more you stay in English, the more natural it becomes. And step by step, you are becoming fluent. Now, let's take your fluency to the next level and train your brain to think in English without stopping, even when you speak for a longer time. Because real fluency means you can continue speaking, continue thinking, and continue expressing your ideas without feeling stuck. At this stage, you already know how to form sentences. You can respond, you can describe. But now, we will practice staying in English for a longer flow, like telling a story, explaining something, or sharing your thoughts in detail. Let's begin with a guided speaking flow. I want you to imagine that you're explaining your daily routine to someone, not just in short sentences, but in a continuous way. Start slowly in your mind. Every day, I wake up in the morning. Sometimes I feel a little tired, but I try to get up early. After that, I start my day. I usually do my work, and I try to stay focused. Keep going. Don't stop. In the afternoon, I take a break. I relax for some time, and I use my phone. Then I continue my work, and I try to finish everything. Now, I continue. In the evening, I feel a little tired, so I try to relax. Sometimes I watch something, and sometimes I talk to my family. Before sleeping, I think about my day, and I plan for tomorrow. Very good. This is a full flow. You are thinking continuously in English. Now, let's improve this by adding more natural expressions and small details. I usually wake up in the morning. Sometimes I feel tired, but I still try to get up because I want to start my day on time. After that, I begin my work, and I try to stay focused, even if I feel a little lazy. In the afternoon, I take a short break because I need some rest. I relax, and sometimes I use my phone. After that, I continue my work, and I try to complete my tasks. In the evening, I feel tired, so I try to relax. Sometimes I watch something interesting, and sometimes I just sit quietly. Before I go to sleep, I think about my day. and I try to plan for tomorrow. Excellent. Now, your thinking is more natural, more detailed, and more fluent. Now, let's turn this into a conversation. Imagine someone asks you, "Can you tell me about your daily routine?" Instead of short answers, you now speak in a flow. You answer, "Yes, every day I wake up in the morning. Sometimes I feel tired, but I still get up. After that, I start my day and I do my work. In the afternoon, I take a short break and I relax. Then I continue my work. In the evening, I try to relax. And before sleeping, I think about my day." Very nice. This is real speaking. Now, let's practice another long situation, describing your feelings and thoughts. Imagine you are talking about your English learning journey. Start thinking, "I am learning English, and I want to improve. Sometimes it feels difficult, but I keep practicing. I try to learn every day, even if it is a little. Now, I expand it. I'm learning English because I want to speak fluently. Sometimes I feel confused, but I don't stop. I keep practicing, and I try to stay consistent. Now, turn it into a conversation. Someone asks, "Why are you learning English?" You answer, "I am learning English because I want to speak fluently. Sometimes it feels difficult, but I keep practicing, and I try to improve every day." Excellent. Now, you are expressing real thoughts. Now, let's train your brain to stay in English during longer conversations. I will guide you through a full conversation, and you stay in the flow. Someone says, "What are your goals?" You answer, "My goal is to improve my English and to speak more confidently." They ask, "How are you working on it?" You answer, "I practice every day. I listen, I speak, and I try to think in English." They say, "Do you find it difficult?" You answer, "Sometimes, but I don't stop. I keep trying." They say, "That's great." You answer, "Yes, I want to improve step by step." Very good. Now, you are having a complete conversation. Now, well, let's practice storytelling, because storytelling is a powerful way to build fluency. Imagine something simple, like a small event in your day, and describe it. Start. Today, I went outside. I needed to buy something. When I reached there, I saw many people. It was a little busy, but I finished my work. Now, expand. Today, I went outside because I needed to buy something. When I reached there, I saw many people. It was a little busy, but I didn't take too much time. I finished my work, and then I came back home. Very good. Keep going. Now, let's turn it into a conversation. Someone asks, "What did you do today?" You answer, "Today I went outside because I needed to buy something. It was a little busy, but I finished my work, and then I came back home." Excellent. This is natural storytelling. Now, let's practice something very important, staying in English even when you are thinking deeply. Sometimes, you want to express your thoughts, your opinions, your ideas. Let's practice that. Think. I think learning English is important. Now, expand. I think learning English is important because it helps me communicate. Go further. I think learning English is important because it helps me communicate and it gives me more opportunities. Very good. Now, use it in conversation. Someone asks, "Why is English important?" You answer, I think English is important because it helps me communicate and it gives me more opportunities. Perfect. Now, you are thinking clearly and expressing your ideas smoothly. Now, take a moment and notice your progress again. You are now able to think in English for longer periods. You can explain, describe, tell stories, and share your thoughts without stopping. This is a big step toward fluency. And remember, don't rush. Fluency grows slowly, with practice, with patience, and with consistency. Keep thinking in English. Keep speaking in English, even in small moments, because every small effort is building your fluency, and you are moving forward, step by step, now. So let's move into a very powerful stage of your fluency, where you start thinking in English automatically, even when you are not trying, because this is the real goal, not forcing yourself to think in English, but letting it happen naturally, like a habit. At this point, your brain is already getting used to English, but we need to strengthen this habit so that even in normal life situations, your thoughts begin in English, without effort. Let's begin with something simple. Your internal voice, the way you talk to yourself. Every person talks to themselves during the day, when making decisions, when reacting, when thinking. So now, we will train your internal voice to use English. Imagine you are deciding something small, like what to do next. Start thinking, what should I do now? Maybe I should rest. Or maybe I should do some work. I think I will start with something easy. Very good. This is natural thinking. Now, keep going. Now, imagine you're doing something, like cleaning or organizing. Talk to yourself in English. I need to finish this. I will do it quickly. This is not difficult. I just need to focus. This kind of self-talk is very powerful because it trains your brain continuously, without pressure. Now, let's make it more real. Imagine you are in a slightly stressful situation. Maybe you have a lot of work. Instead of thinking in your native language, stay in English. I have a lot to do. I feel a little stressed, but I will manage. I will do one thing at a time. Very good. Now, you are controlling your thoughts in English. Now, let's move into a real-life conversation. Something very common. Asking for help. Imagine you need help with something. Start thinking, I need help. I will ask someone. I hope they understand. Now, turn it into a conversation. You say, excuse me, can you help me? The person says, yes. What do you need? You answer, I need some information. They say, sure, tell me. You explain, I'm looking for something, but I am not sure. Very good. Keep your sentences simple and clear. Now, let's make it more natural. Add small details. I need some help. I am not sure about this. Can you explain it? I didn't understand this part. Can you tell me again? Excellent. Now, you are communicating clearly. Now, let's practice thinking in English when you are remembering something, because memory is also part of thinking. Imagine you are remembering your day. Think, today was a busy day. I did a lot of work. I felt tired, but I also felt good. Now, expand it. Today was a busy day. I did a lot of work. I felt tired, but I also felt good because I finished everything. Very nice. This is natural reflection. Now, let's turn it into a conversation. Someone asks, "How was your day?" You answer, "My day was busy. I did a lot of work. I felt tired, but I also felt good because I finished everything." Perfect. This is how you speak naturally. Now, let's train your brain to think in English when you're making decisions, because this happens many times every day. Imagine you are deciding what to eat. Think, what should I eat? I feel hungry. I want something light. Maybe I will eat something simple. Now, imagine you are deciding what to do. What should I do now? I have some free time. I can relax. Or I can study. I think I will study. Very good. Keep practicing these small decisions. Now, let's move into a longer conversation. Stay relaxed and respond naturally. Someone says, "What do you usually do when you have free time?" You answer, "When I have free time, I like to relax. Sometimes I watch something, and sometimes I just sit quietly." They ask, "Do you ever feel bored?" You answer, "Yes, sometimes I feel bored, but I try to find something to do." They say, "That's good." You answer, "Yes, I try to stay active." Excellent. Now, you are thinking and responding smoothly. Now, let's practice thinking in English during movement, like walking or traveling. Imagine you are walking outside. Think, I am walking. The weather feels nice. I see people around. Everything feels calm. Now, but imagine you are going somewhere. I am going out. I need to reach on time. I hope everything goes well. Very good. This is real-life thinking. Now, let's train one more important habit, staying in English even when you don't know what to say. Because silence often makes learners switch languages. If you don't know what to say, use simple thinking. I am not sure. Let me think. I need a moment. Let's practice. Someone asks you something. You feel unsure. You respond, I am not sure. Let me think. Then you continue. Maybe. I think. I will try. Very good. Now. You don't need to switch languages. Now. Take a moment and notice you're thinking again. You are now thinking in English in many different situations. When you decide, when you remember, when you feel, when you speak. This means your brain is slowly changing its habit. And this is exactly what fluency looks like. Not perfect sentences, not difficult words, but natural, simple, continuous thinking. So keep practicing this every day, in small moments, in your daily life. Because the more you use English in your thoughts, the more it becomes a part of you, and step by step, you are becoming fluent. Without pressure, without fear, just naturally, now. Let's move into one of the most important stages of your fluency journey, where you begin to handle real conversations with confidence, even when the conversation becomes longer, more natural, and less controlled. Because in real life, people don't always speak slowly. They don't always follow simple patterns, and they don't always give you time to prepare. So now, we will train your brain to stay in English during longer, flowing, real-life conversations. First, let's build your listening and responding connection, because thinking in English is not only about your own thoughts, it is also about how you react to others. When someone speaks, you should not translate their sentence. You should understand the idea and respond to the idea. Let's practice this together. I will guide you through a natural conversation, and you respond step by step in your mind. Someone says, "Hey, I didn't see you yesterday. Where were you?" You answer, "I was at home. I needed some rest." They say, "Were you feeling okay?" You answer, "Yes, I was just a little tired." They say, "Did you do anything?" You answer, "Not much. I just relaxed." Very good. Keep going. Now, let's make it a little more natural. Add small expressions. I was at home. I just needed some rest. I was a little tired, so I didn't go out. I didn't do much. I just relaxed. Excellent. This is how natural speech sounds. Now, let's continue the conversation. They say, "Are you feeling better today?" You answer, "Yes, I feel much better today." They say, "That's good. What are you doing now?" You answer, "I'm just learning English and relaxing." Very nice. You are staying in English. Now, let's move into another real-life situation, making plans with someone. This is very common and very useful. Someone says, "Do you want to go out later?" You answer, "Maybe. What are you thinking?" They say, "We can go for a walk." You answer, "That sounds nice." They say, "What time?" You answer, "Maybe in the evening." Very good. Keep it simple and natural. Now, let's expand it a little more. Add your thoughts. Maybe. I am a little tired now, but I can go later. Evening sounds good. I will be free. Excellent. Now, you are expressing yourself more clearly. Now, let's practice something very important, continuing a conversation, because many learners answer one question and then stop, but fluent speakers continue talking. For example, if someone asks, "What are you doing?" instead of saying only, "I am relaxing," you can continue. "I am relaxing. I had a busy day, so I needed some rest." Let's practice this. Someone asks, "What did you do today?" You answer, "I worked, and I also took some rest. It was a bit busy." Good. Keep adding small details. Someone asks, "Do you like your routine?" You answer, "Yes, I like it. It is simple, and it helps me stay focused." Very good. This is how you keep the conversation alive. Now, so let's move into a slightly deeper conversation, where you express opinions and thoughts more clearly. Someone says, "Do you think learning English is difficult?" You answer, "Sometimes it feels difficult, but if you practice every day, it becomes easier." They say, "How do you practice?" You answer, "I listen, I speak, and I try to think in English." Excellent. Now, you are sharing ideas. Now, let's practice a longer conversation flow. Stay relaxed and follow naturally. Someone says, "What are you trying to improve these days?" You answer, "I am trying to improve my English, especially my speaking." They ask, "How do you practice speaking?" You answer, "I practice every day. I try to think in English, and I also do conversations like this." They say, Do you see improvement? You answer, yes. Slowly, I feel more comfortable now. They say, that's great. You answer, yes, I just need to keep going. Very good. Now, you're handling full conversations. Now, see, let's train your brain to stay in English even when conversations change direction. Because in real life, topics change quickly. Imagine this conversation. Someone says, "What did you do today?" You answer, "I worked and then I relaxed." Suddenly they ask, "Do you like watching movies?" You answer, "Yes, I like it. It helps me relax." Then they ask, "What kind of movies do you like?" You answer, "I like simple and interesting movies." Very good. You are adapting and staying in English. Now, let's practice thinking in English during listening. I will say a sentence, and you focus on understanding the meaning, not the words. I didn't have much time today, so I finished my work quickly. Now, think, what is the idea? The idea is, the person was busy and finished work fast. This is how you should listen. Focus on meaning, not translation. Let's try another. I feel a little tired, but I still want to do something. The idea is, the person is tired, but still active. Very good. This will make your responses faster. Now, let's move into one more full conversation. Stay calm and respond naturally. Someone says, "How do you feel about your progress in English?" You answer, "I feel good. I think I am improving slowly." They ask, "What helped you the most?" You answer, "Practicing every day and thinking in English." They say, "Do you still find it difficult?" You answer, "Sometimes, but not like before." They say, "That's great." You answer, "Yes, I just need to stay consistent." Excellent. Now, so you are expressing your journey. Now, take a moment and reflect again. You are now able to stay in English during longer conversations. You can respond, continue, express ideas, and handle changes in topics. This is a major step toward fluency. And remember, real fluency is not about speaking perfectly. It is about staying in the conversation, staying in English, and expressing your thoughts naturally. So keep practicing conversations like this every day, even in your mind, because the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. And step by step, you are becoming a confident English speaker. Now, let's take your fluency even further and train your brain to think in English when you speak for a longer time without any help. Because in real life, no one guides you step by step. You have to continue on your own. Now, we will practice independent thinking, where you create your own flow, your own sentences, and your own ideas, fully in English. Let's begin with a simple but powerful exercise, speaking to yourself as if you're explaining something. Imagine you're talking to someone, but this time, you're leading the conversation. You're not waiting for questions. You're speaking freely. Start in your mind. Today, I want to talk about my day. It was a normal day, but I learned something important. I tried to stay focused, and I also practiced English. Keep going. Don't stop. I think practicing every day is very important, even if it is for a short time, because small practice helps a lot. Now, continue. Sometimes I feel tired, but I still try to practice because I want to improve and I want to become fluent. Very good. This is independent thinking. You are not reacting. You are creating. Now, let's make it more natural. Add your feelings and personal thoughts. I feel that learning English is not easy, but it is possible. If I stay consistent, I don't need to be perfect. I just need to keep going. Excellent. Now, your thinking is becoming more personal, more natural, and more fluent. Now, let's move into another situation. Explaining something to someone. Imagine someone asks you, "How do you improve your English?" Now, instead of giving a short answer, explain it in your mind. I improve my English by practicing every day. I try to listen. I try to speak. And I try to think in English. I don't translate. I just use simple sentences. And I repeat them. Now, expand it. I also try to stay consistent. Even if I don't have much time, I still practice a little, because I know that regular practice is important. Very good. Now, you are explaining clearly. Now, let's practice describing a situation in detail. Imagine you are describing your environment. Start. Right now, I am sitting. I am listening. I feel calm. Everything is quiet. I am focused on learning. Now, expand it. Right now. I'm sitting and listening carefully. I feel calm. And I am focused on learning. I want to improve my English. And I am trying to stay in English. Excellent. This is continuous thinking. Now, let's move into a longer conversation. But this time, you will speak more, and the other person will speak less. Like in real life, someone asks, "Tell me about your learning experience." You answer, "My learning experience has been interesting. At first, it was difficult. I used to translate everything, and I felt slow. But now, I am trying to think in English, and I feel more comfortable." Continue. I still make mistakes, but I don't worry about them. I focus on speaking, and I try to express my thoughts. Very good. Now, you are speaking with confidence. Now, so let's train your brain to stay in English when you're thinking deeply about something, like your goals or your future. Start thinking. In the future, I want to speak English fluently. I want to feel confident, and I want to communicate easily. Now, expand it. In the future, I want to speak English fluently because it will help me in many ways. I will be able to talk to more people, and I will have more opportunities. Very nice. This is meaningful thinking. Now, let's turn it into a conversation. Someone asks, "What are your future goals?" You answer, "My goal is to speak English fluently. I want to feel confident, and I want to communicate easily with others." Excellent. Keep going. Now, let's practice something very important, correcting yourself in English, because sometimes you will make mistakes, and that's okay. But instead of stopping, you correct yourself and continue. For example, I went outside, or I am going. Let's practice. Think. Yesterday, I went outside. Good. I am studying English. Very good. Now, you don't stop. You continue, now. Okay, let's move into a full speaking flow. I want you to speak in your mind for a longer time. Without stopping, I will guide you, but try to continue on your own. Start. Today, I am practicing English. I want to improve my fluency. I know it takes time, but I am ready to learn. Continue. I try to think in English, even when it feels difficult. I don't want to translate. I just want to speak naturally. Keep going. Sometimes I feel slow, but I remind myself that practice will help me, and I will improve step by step. Excellent. This is real fluency practice. Now, take a moment and notice something important. You are now able to think in English for a long time, without stopping, without translating, and without fear. This means your brain is becoming comfortable, and that is the goal. Keep practicing like this. Speak to yourself. Explain things. Describe situations. Share your thoughts. Because the more you use English freely, the more natural it becomes. And step by step, you are becoming fluent in a real, natural way. Now, so let's move into the final stage of your fluency training, where everything comes together: your thinking, your speaking, your reactions, your confidence, because now it's time to use everything you've practiced in one natural, continuous flow, just like real life. At this stage, you are not just forming sentences, you are expressing yourself. You are thinking directly in English, and you are staying in English without effort. So now, we will practice full real-life communication, where you listen, think, respond, and continue, all in English. Let's begin with a complete daily life conversation. Imagine you meet someone and have a natural talk. Stay relaxed and follow the flow in your mind. Someone says, "Hey, how are you doing today?" You answer, "I'm doing well, just a little tired, but it's okay." They say, "Why are you, tired?" You answer, "I had a busy day. I had a lot of work to do." They say, "Did you finish everything?" You answer, "Yes, I finished most of it, and now I feel relaxed." Now, continue. They say, "That's good. What are you doing now?" You answer, "Right now, I am practicing my English, and I am trying to improve my speaking." They say, "Do you practice every day?" You answer, "Yes, I try to practice every day, even if it is for a short time." Very good. Keep going. Stay in the conversation. They say, "Do you feel any difference now?" You answer, "Yes, I feel more comfortable. I can think faster, and I don't translate as much as before." They say, "That's great progress." You answer, "Yes, I'm happy with my progress, but I still want to improve more." Excellent. This is a full natural conversation. Now, let's move into another situation, expressing your thoughts in a more personal way. Imagine someone asks, "How do you feel when you speak English?" You answer, "Before, I felt nervous, and I used to translate everything, but now, I feel more confident. I try to think in English, and I speak more naturally." Continue. "I still make mistakes, but I don't worry about them. I focus on communication, and I try to express my ideas." Very nice. Now, you are expressing your experience clearly. Now, let's practice a longer independent speaking flow. This time, you will speak more continuously, like you are sharing your story. Start in your mind. I started learning English some time ago. At first, it was difficult. I used to translate every sentence, and I felt slow. But now, I am changing my habit. I am trying to think in English, and it is helping me. Continue. Now, I try to use English in my daily life. When I wake up, when I eat, when I think. I try to stay in English, and it feels more natural. Keep going. I know I am not perfect, but I don't need to be perfect. I just need to keep practicing, and I will improve step by step. Excellent. This is real fluency, natural, continuous, and confident. Now, so let's practice one more full conversation, combining everything you've learned. Someone says, "What advice would you give to someone learning English?" You answer, "I would say don't translate. Try to think in English. Start with simple sentences and practice every day." They ask, "What if they feel stuck?" You answer, "If they feel stuck, they should stay calm, use simple words, and continue speaking." They say, "Is daily practice important?" You answer, "Yes, daily practice is very important. Even a little practice every day can help a lot." Very good. Now, you are giving advice and speaking clearly. Now, take a deep breath and reflect on your journey in this session. At the beginning, you were thinking in single words, then small sentences, then conversations, and now you can think, speak, explain, and express, all in English. This is real progress. And remember, fluency is not something that comes suddenly. It grows slowly, with practice, with patience, and with consistency. So from today, keep this habit. Think in English when you wake up, when you walk, when you eat, when you feel something, when you talk to yourself. Use simple English. Don't worry about mistakes, and keep your thoughts flowing. Because the more you live in English, the more natural it becomes. And one day, you will notice something amazing. You are no longer translating. You are thinking. You are speaking. You are living in English. Now, so let's continue and strengthen everything you have learned by bringing your thinking and speaking together into one smooth, natural habit. Because fluency is not something you turn on. It becomes part of how you think, how you react, and how you express yourself every day. At this stage, you don't need to force yourself anymore. You just need to stay aware and gently guide your thoughts into English whenever you notice them, even in the smallest moments. Imagine you wake up tomorrow morning, and instead of starting your day in your native language, you begin with a simple thought. I'm awake. I feel a little sleepy. I need to get up. I will start my day. Then you continue. I should drink some water. I will check my phone. I need to get ready. You are not translating. You're just living the moment in more English. Now, imagine you're getting ready. You look at yourself and think, I need to hurry. I don't want to be late. I will finish this quickly. These small thoughts are powerful because they are real and they happen every day. Now, imagine you're eating. Think, I am eating. This tastes good. I like this. I feel better now. Now, imagine you're going outside. Think, I am going out. The weather looks nice. I hope everything goes well. All of this is natural thinking, and now, it is happening in English. Now, let's bring this into a full, real-life flow, from morning to evening, just like a normal day. Start. Today I woke up. I felt a little tired. But I got up, and I started my day. I had some work, so I tried to stay focused. I finished some tasks, and then I took a break. Continue. After that, I relaxed for some time. I used my phone, and I felt better. Then I continued my work, and I tried to complete everything. Keep going. In the evening, I felt tired, so I decided to relax. I watched something, and I also practiced English. Now, I feel calm, and I am ready to rest. This is your life, in English, simple, natural, and real, now. Let's bring everything into one final, long conversation where you stay in English from start to end. Someone says, "How was your day?" You answer, "My day was good. I had some work to do, and I stayed busy. But I also found some time to relax." They ask, "Did you practice your English today?" You answer, "Yes, I practiced. I tried to think in English, and I also did some speaking practice." They say, "Do you feel improvement?" You answer, "Yes. I feel more comfortable now. I can think faster, and I don't translate like before." They say, "That's really good." You answer, "Yes, I am happy, but I will keep practicing. Now." Continue the flow. They say, "What will you do tomorrow?" You answer, "Tomorrow I will try to wake up early. I have some work, and I also want to practice English again." They say, "That's great." You answer, "Yes, I want to stay consistent because I know it will help me improve." Very good. Now, you are fully in control of your thinking. Now, take a quiet moment and just think freely, without any guide. Speak to yourself in your mind. I am learning English. I am improving. I feel more confident. I don't need to translate. I can think directly. I can express my ideas. I can speak. Stay in this feeling. Stay in this flow. Because this is not just practice anymore. This is your new habit. And the more you continue like this, every day, in small moments, in real situations, in your own thoughts, the more natural it becomes, until one day, you don't even notice it anymore, because English is no longer something you learn. It is something you use, something you think in, something you live with. Thank you so much for staying with me until the end. I truly appreciate your time, your focus, and your effort, because choosing to practice like this, choosing to stay patient, and choosing to improve step by step is what really makes the difference. Right now, you are not the same learner who started this session. You have trained your mind, you have practiced thinking in English, you have spoken, reacted, and expressed your ideas naturally, and that is something to be proud of. Remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Even a few minutes of thinking in English every day can change the way you speak, the way you understand, and the way you feel about the language. So keep going. Keep practicing in small moments. Talk to yourself. Describe your day. React to situations. And stay in English as much as you can. And most importantly, trust yourself, because you are improving, even when you don't notice it. If you found this lesson helpful, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a new lesson, and you can continue improving your English every single day with me. Keep practicing, keep growing, and I will see you in the next lesson.